Bum, 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 bum. Who's asking for PTS in a conference? Oh, there's also a big announcement. That'll be fun because I have to actually publish it. Welcome to our 56 millionth conference. Today we're going to be going over group-wide news, divisional news, medal awards, AOA invites, AEGIS Academy promotions, and any promotions or demotions that we might have. This is the first time I've actually had the weekly planning open. We don't have any group-wide news, I don't think, unless it's not on the Trello. Do we?
No, we don't.
Okay. Big announcement is if everyone could avert their eyes to public update log. Bang, that's done. That should be live in servers in a few minutes. So whenever you go back from the conference hall, you will, well, actually you may have new weapons depending on which division you're in. Good models presented by our wonderful Plague Doctor and Bluetooth. I keep forgetting. So you'll be able to enjoy all of those. Spent the past 4 hours rigging it. I've lost my sanity. Now, medal awards. Let's have a look here. Oh, they are separated and everything. That's so cool. With industrial funds, very crazy guy, 4668, pro gamer 5442, like to come to the front for the Medal of Award of Mobility. You have done really well in the obby. Congratulations. You completed the obby in under 1 minute 45 seconds. You know what? You should be very proud of. Oh wait, shit. The award of mobility, not for doing the obby. I forgot. That's the other one. You have done a mobile duty state, and I feel very sorry for you considering how broken the game is on mobile. I hope you recover from any sanity lost in doing that duty state. You can go have a party somewhere and celebrate with your friends over a drink of Corona Extra. Would 𝐏𝐑𝐄𝐒 like to come to the front? This one actually is for the award of obstacle veterancy. Is Pro Gamer alive? Hello? You can go sit down. Thank you 𝐏𝐑𝐄𝐒 for completing our wonderful basic obstacle course in under 1 minute and 45 seconds. Very cool. I know I had Modi trying to do it the other day and he rage quit the game, so respect. You have done a good job. You may go sit down. Let's have a look here. Is this the one more medal? Doesn't this one come out when they get promoted? Would Rozo like to come up to the front? He is receiving our wonderful certificate of military scholarship for completing AOA. Congratulations. You have done a great service to this corporation. You may go have a beer. Ad Wiedersehen. Mr. KP.
Alright, moving on to AOA invites. They were supposed to be announced 2 weeks ago, but not all of you were processed in time. So can 𝐏𝐑𝐄𝐒, 𝐑𝐄𝐀0148, Evangelon Red, Redeem 360, XZZZZZWWD, and 𝐼OBXQ come up to the front. Wow, only one of you. Well, congratulations, you're being invited into AOA. You can DM either me or Seven Cuts for an invite. You may go sit back down. Next we have an Aegis Academy staff promotion. So could we get a drum roll, please? Can Retribution Paradox come to the front? Gonna assume you're not here. Nope. Oh, congratulations to them. They are being promoted to the rank of Specialist, which I think they have a reduced quota now. So congratulations to them. And now on to conference questions. Follow the format when it's
I
posted.
wonder how many questions will be about the new guns. I do look forward to saying the exact same thing over and over again. If anyone would like to request to speak, you can also do so. Perlinks, would you like to ask a question?
Is it true that Board of Directors is going to be removed since none of the 𝐏𝐄𝐒𝐒 will be able to achieve it?
Humo. Yes, BOD will be removed. Eventually. But the thing is, it's just a lot of effort just to remove it, which is why it's just set dormant right now. Because I'd have to change a million scripts and all that shit, and it's just not really worth the effort at the moment. So I've just kind of just left it there, because what isn't broken doesn't need to be broken. So, but yes, it will probably be removed eventually.
Fair enough.
The chairman said there will be separate protocols and announcements for the city. So that means that there will be a separate tower inside the city for SC. There'll be a central district tower. You know, like, has anyone played Half-Life 2? You know where Dr. Breen is, the big tower thing? There'll be something like that in AEGIS similarly. We'll have a big tower, and all of the administration will go on in said tower, including, site control. So yes, there probably will be. When SDHD will get replacement for MP7. I mean, the MP7 is a custom-made weapon, so it's not like it has to go. But SDHD might get a custom weapon as well, since nearly every division now has an Aegis built gun. So like the Aegis Corporation in law technically built the weapon. It wasn't made by any country or stuff like that, you know, like the MP7, the P226, the AK-47. These are all firearms that have existed for a very long time, and they exist in real life, whereas the ones that have just been added are all theoretical weapons. They don't actually exist in real life. So yes, SDHD will probably get a replacement for that, and then the MP7 will be used by Wastelanders. Do you think there will be a revamp on the entire border? Very unlikely, considering it took us 3 years to get this far. It would be insanity to backtrack now. But there will be improvements and redesigns of certain systems specifically, but the whole border will not just be like scrapped, if you get what I mean. Could there be a new QuickTime event? When a fire broke out in the facility, which means that personnel should take fire extinguishers to make sure no one dies. That's something the Aegis Engineering Division will be doing in the future. That's what all the power coils on the walls are for, the little cylinders with the white neon effect. They're on the walls in nearly every corridor. Those can explode and in turn cause a fire, and then the Aegis Engineering Division will have to come in repair said damage. Will there be a new division? I think my response just that happened just there will suffice for that question. Can SE get a lockdown override card which can access lockdown doors and allow us to lock the main corridor during a lockdown? Maybe, but that would require the entire lockdown system being redesigned, because right now it just disables the touch event for hitboxes, which prevents any key card from working. But yes, maybe, but don't take that as a yes. What steps are you making to ensure the gel is not a fun place for the sentenced and fun for the gel demons like myself? Not really an Aegis related question, but yeah, gel is being constantly improved to make the suffering of everyone that, you know, breaks the rules in Aegis just be exponential, to the point where there is certain people that might just join that game and instantly want to die, or might just instantly want to smash the keyboard, or, you know, any vagrant of things. But we'll probably be adding just alternative methods of torture, you know. It'll be fun. What ARD have any shared duties with the engine? Well, you mean will ARD have any shared duties with the engineering division? Yes, of course, because ARD make things, so they will probably be making the equipment the engineering division will use, since they are a research division and they're all scientists. What things, type of interactions will citizens be able to do in the city? Rob banks, print inside the little houses, buy houses, stuff like that. We'll also have our parades, you know. We'll wave flags around in the streets. It'll be beautiful. It'll be very patriotic. Will the SC board get a halt processing added? You mean get it added back because it already existed? Probably. Have you ever thought of new weapons in the combatics room for initiates? Don't be silly. Those initiates don't need any sort of weapons, bruh. Those people are crazy. But as for weapons for Aegis, there'll be some sort of I've already talked about this before, but there'll be a quartz master where you can go and buy weapons similar to the one in the Wasteland, how they have a store. Something like that will exist. So you'll be able to go there, you'll be able to buy your weapons with scraps or credits or whatever currency. But yeah. Will there be any new posts? That depends, but yes, probably, considering I do map updates a lot. So technically there'll probably be new posts eventually. So yes. Well, have you ever thought of adding... Oh, I've already read that. Speaking of gel, will there be... Did you ask that question multiple times? Okay. Speaking of gel, will there be a Jevon where people aren't subjugated to eternal suffering and treated with tranquility? Tranquility, where you will be God. There already is technically a holy metaverse, which I used to, you know, base play at Rock Smash, how you get teleported there. That's to prevent me from shutting down the server and losing players. Instead, we force place them to a game, and then force place them back to the border. Well, there used to be a game called the Holy Metaverse, and that's basically where people would get teleported to before getting teleported back. But base play at Rock Smasher is just such a great game. Like, I don't know who wouldn't want to be sent there, so we use that instead now. My nose is getting blocked. This suggestion got upvotes. The VTOL crash event. I already saw that. Yeah. Maybe. The thing is, it would require a lot of scripting and animating to do, because at the moment the VTOL's animated to follow a certain trajectory. So I'd have to do all that. Oh, that sounds like a headache. But maybe. It is a very cool idea. I saw it. I was like, yes. What can you do as a volunteer in gel? I like how these are all just gel questions now. You can exist and laugh at people who, unlike you, are unable to leave the game and rejoin the border. Because they are stuck there until they finish their sentence. Would Club 𝐏𝐄𝐒 events ever come back? Well, they haven't really gone anywhere, they just don't happen anymore, but maybe. If you're referring to that club I insert, I might, but it's not that. interesting. Like, I just play music and people dance. Like, you know. How big will the city be compared to the wasteland? I'm pretty sure I've already answered this before. About 3 times as big as the wasteland. Here and there. So that includes visually, like cosmetic areas where you can't actually go. But it will be visually much bigger. Will PKSF get new weapon anytime soon, since we have less divisional weapons than ARD and AIA? It's because you have the best divisional weapon, bro. The PKSF F13 PK is OP. That shit eats armor. It eats health. Will reactor be fixed or looked into anytime soon? Bro, go and ask Roblox, that's nothing to do with me. Literally, I didn't do any updates to the reactor over September and it's just magically broken. It's fantastic, really. They also broke animations recently and a bunch of other stuff. Luckily, I think the animations has been fixed now, but the shit they've done to the reactor is still not fixed. And my F9 developer console, I can't even use that to debug anymore, so I can't even look for errors on the server side, because the second I open my F9 console, I get crushed. Like, my FPS goes to 4, my ping goes to 30,000, and the log's just filled with errors related to Streaming Observer, which is something Roblox has added, because it's related to streaming enabled. So I can't even look for errors in the game anymore, which is fantastic. So I just have to sort of reboot the servers over and over again until I fix it. Let me close this. Very close, thank God. Is the baseplate Rock Smasher game replica of Heaven opposite of Gel? It is a very peaceful game, but it is not Heaven. You see, Gel is ruled by a man called Jealous, who is a very evil man who goes around sending people to hell and to Gel and torturing them for all eternity. I don't know who rules Heaven. I haven't come up with that one yet, but yeah. Does Dave take inspiration from Half-Life? I mean, it takes inspiration from like 10 plus TV shows and games, so I guess you could involve Half-Life as being one of the inspirations, I suppose. I mean, we did use Half-Life voice lines at one point, so. Will the broken hitboxes near the chairman tower ever be fixed? I didn't know that was a thing, I'll look into it. Will SC get any new weapons? I know we aren't a combative division, that'll be cool. You'll probably get some sort of SMG to go with the shotgun. Similar to ARD, like a personal defense weapon. I might just give you the one ARD have, and then you 2 divisions can use that. How does someone actually get the CCH medal? Which one is that? Medals. CCH. Oh, Chairman's Honor. Bro, I haven't given that out. I've only given that to one person, I think. Yeah, that's kind of a dead medal. I wouldn't worry about it. I remember talk of a gun attachment update. Will this be coming anytime soon? Well, it'll be coming soon. Within like a month, 2 months, 3 months. But first we have to fix Anchor 3 so that it works properly. What things will ARD do in the city other than cure infected personnel? I haven't really thought about this one, to be fair. You'll probably man quarantine points, because the city has these big gateways with shields, and you have to pass through them and give your identification to move from district to district. And I'm guessing, I guess ARD could probably stand on quarantine points and take people for investigation. Take them to like a quarantine zone, give them a checkup, you know, health checkup. Right, actually you could be doctors in the city, you could do health checkups. I mean, I've already added a system for, what do you call it? Cardiovascular hemorrhages, where if somebody's arm or ligament gets blown off or perforated, then if you scan them, it'll say coronary hemorrhage. Anyway, I just had a brain fuck there. What's the chances? Wait, I swear I closed this. How are people still talking? What the hell? What's the chances when the city gets added, the game becomes very laggy? It'll become slightly more laggy, but not that much, because I'll have chunk loading. Like, the entire city will unload when you're not in it. The entire city, not even just parts of it. Will the new PKSF rank and rank renames be added anytime soon, bruh? I swear to God, if somebody else asks me this, I'm gonna freak. This is like the 17th time I've been asked this question. Right, I've already said, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but there's more important things happening other than just ranks. They'll be added eventually, just be patient. An eerie aspect for certain areas of the wasteland, for example, the VTOL crash area and volcano. For example, it would be a lot quieter there and you would be able to hear things like fire. You know, that's not a bad idea, to be fair. When you enter zone 14, the ambience just cuts off. It's just silence and you just hear the sound of the wind over the desert. Yeah, that would be scary. What ranks will be allowed in the city? This hasn't been really thought of, so I can't really answer that. Is there any actual plan to make a hotbar save option? Do you mean your inventory where you have your little hotbar? If so, then yes, because 𝐏𝐑𝐄𝐒's thinking about making a custom backpack system, so you'll be able to save your hotbar then. What can you do as a volunteer in jail? Mate, I swear you've asked this. Yeah, you have. You just keep asking the same question over and over again. This is the second time. Can we name 𝐏𝐑𝐄𝐒 Heaven Jevon? Perhaps. Will PKSF receive a positive and a negative voice command? Yes, you will receive that eventually. Why are the D weapons so expensive? Because they are. Will a social credit system be added? A social credit system? I don't know what you... Do you mean like a currency or... There already is a credit system. But yeah. Can you give a summary of each division's duties? No, because I haven't finished the city yet, so I can't really. But I can tell you that everyone in every division will have a duty in the city if they choose to do it. So you'll have one in the border, you'll have one in the city. You can choose to do either. I know we aren't allowed to say the forbidden D word. However, what if someone in AEGIS to have the same name as yours and they said it only referring to him? Would they still get punished? I don't know. I don't do the moderation for that. If they probably wouldn't. I believe they don't get striked because they are referring to someone else, but I could be wrong. That's done. Thank you for coming to our wonderful conference. You can go on the stage and go back to the border and look at all your cool jazzy new items. I can go and nap. Possibly. Bye!